You're going to tell us big deal or no deal.
Okay.
Let's start with big hype, and that's Colorado. Colorado didn't look dominant, okay? They did their job, though. They got that win against North Dakota State. That's not an easy team to schedule out of the chute. They went out there and won. But now Coach Prime is being a little demure.
Sure. Oh.
A little.
He's being mindful. He is being mindful.
And he, ahead of this matchup with Nebraska, he's even gone so far as to praise Matt Rule, the quarterback there of the Huskers. Big deal or no big deal?
This is a big deal because we know the bravado that Coach Prime brings with him ahead of matchups about his team, the confidence that he has in his son/quarterback, Deion Sanders, and the all-world do-everything in Travis Hunter. That being said, after what he saw from his team against FCS, mind you, powerhouse North Dakota State.
Sure.
He doesn't want to poke the bear too much, not necessarily with Matt Rule, but with who Matt Rule has as his quarterback in Dylan Raiola, because I think what we are going to see is Deion Sanders sort of look in the mirror at the other sideline at a quarterback that can manufacture the same type of plays.
This reminds me, all due respect to USC, I don't want to besmirch your name. It reminds me of that matchup with SC last year, where it was Caleb Williams and company going into Boulder, right, going into Folsom Field, and Shedeur matched him shot for shot. If Shedeur had any semblance of an offensive line, if he had any semblance of a defensive line, maybe the Buffs get out of there with that win. They traded blows, right?
Also, not for nothing, too. I mean,
no, I was done.
Going up in Colorado, I am glad to see these teams meet now, obviously different conferences, but this used to be the game in the Big 12 when it was CU versus Nebraska, separated by a state line. I'm pretty sure my geography still checks out.
That is correct.
And now you can resume your take.
No, that's fine. Actually, in the B block, we're going to get to more of Gary's childhood, as well as a geography lesson from the Gare Bear.
Sure.
It's called Have You Ever Seen a Map?
Wait till I tell you about Wyoming, north of Colorado.
What I was going to say is Raiola's going to trade shot for shot with Shedeur. This is going to be a coming out party for Raiola. For those who are uninitiated.
Because what do you do at parties? Shot for shot.
Perhaps. Sometimes it's important to
hydrate. If you're of age.
Let's get to the ACC. Miami has entered this
drinking for all the wrong reasons.
Miami went into the swamp, smacked up the Gators.
They are doo-doo.
First time, the Gators didn't look great. Didn't look great. The first time that Florida has lost a home opener, a home season opener, since 1989, and it was because of Cam Ward.
I wasn't born.
Cam Ward has started at Immaculate Word or Incarnate Word, I forget which one it is. Went out to Washington State. He have game will travel. That man's in the Heisman discussion. I'm curious. Big deal, no deal. Miami as a whole, especially after what we saw. Florida State lost twice and Clemson lost.
I'm going to give you an Immaculate Word right now.
Go ahead.
Championship. That is what I see out of Miami, not nationally, but in the conference, ACC. Yes, it's early, but Miami looked great. They had to go into the swamp and knock off a Florida team. As you mentioned, they don't lose home openers. Florida State doesn't look good. Well, we know Florida State ain't good, okay?
Florida State
Clemson, yes, they lost to Georgia, but quickly Miami is rising to the ranks, the cream of the crop of the ACC, and it's just large in part due to Cam Ward transferring from Wazoo. He's leading the offense, man.
He's leading the offense, busted play after busted play. Listen, it wasn't that the offensive line had a great day. Florida pushed him around a little bit, but Cam Ward can extend the play. Cam Ward found a tight end, Gary, who was a freshman in 2016.
The Obama administration.
In 2016.
3 administrations ago. Not to get political or anything.
But he was there. I mean, he's a 9-year player in college football, and he scored a touchdown at Florida. Hey, 9 years ago, that was the last time Florida was any good. That's what you said. That's what Gary said.
No, that is what I said.
That was hurtful. Oregon was good just a year ago. Dan Lanning and company, though, a little dicey out of the gate. They played the Idaho Vandals. The Vandals came in, dictated pace. They were within a score in the second half, had a couple of trick plays. Okay, interesting. Is it a big deal or no big deal that Oregon struggled out of the gates the way they did?
Big deal in both, because Oregon, we did it on SportsCenter, that EA Sports, yes, I know, they're in the game, but they are also the game, ran a simulation, and they were going to be the national champions. I know it's just a simulation. Listen, it's also a big deal that Randy skipped over the fact that his nickname was Randall the Vandal thanks to those misdemeanor charges in high school, which they were expunged.
Right, and that was
you were a minor
scandal, right? Randall Vandal scandal. That's what that was. Yeah.
So both big deals that that their quarterback, Mr. Gabriel, is supposed to be a Heisman frontrunner, but they barely escaped Idaho.
Yeah, he had a great individual day. Threw for more than 350 passing yards, had a touchdown. What was concerning was the way that the drives would stall out. Stalling out like, certainly...
Like somebody who doesn't know how to drive a stick shift.
Exactly.
It's the millennial anti-theft, to which I drive a stick shift.
Correct.
Because I'm cool like that.
Obviously. And I mean, talk about it more.
Because you stole a car, and that's why they called you Randall the Vandal.
Do you ever, when you reach to pat yourself on the back, do you ever strain your shoulder?
Actually, my shoulder is hurt after throwing that first pitch the other night, 100 miles an hour. Maybe you saw it on SportsCenter. Okay. Plus, this isn't a four-way stretch.
That was the most lollipop 100 miles an hour. You would have killed the batter, though.
Called a change-up?
The batter box. I'll say this. Oregon will right the ship. Oregon, little taster. How about this for a little tease? A little what's ahead in the college football playoff rankings that I'm going to unveil.
Okay.
Unveil or veal, either one.
Unveil.
One's delicious. One's uncovering. I got Oregon in the top 12 when it counts the most.
Whoa, top 12.
More from Gary, more from Randy coming up.